Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Minecraft Feed the Bees series, where today we are back out at the Arcology to work a bit more with bees once again. Bees are involved, very involved, so don't worry though, we're not going to be spending too much more time working with the bees this episode and the next, and I think we should be good for a while on that, and we'll move on to something else. But for today, I've already got this little setup going, because what we're doing today uses a lot more power than what we did in the last episode with these wonderful acclimatizers. We are going to take a look at the gene pool, the sequencer, and the splicer. And I gotta admit, I've never actually worked with these before. Well, that's not entirely true. I tried them once, couldn't figure it out, and never again. But I got some assistance from a few friends of mine, so hopefully today's episode is doable. Yes, what we're gonna be doing today is taking raw bees in the gene pool, turning them into, well, DNA that we can then use in this splicer after getting a bee template from this sequencer. And it's all a little screwy. But yes, I already got it all constructed because, well, one, I needed to build up a lot of liquid DNA. And, oh yes, I turned off the power a little while ago as I was almost finished up, but whoop. Yes, using Buildcraft power and a whole load of rocky drones that I've gotten from my various hives here and over at the village. We've got a whole lot of drones, and so because we don't need all these guys, we just shove them right into the gene pool, and they get processed after using some MJs into liquid DNA. Now, this liquid DNA is then used as sort of the fuel, along with additional Buildcraft power, to actually function, or have the splicer function. As you can see, we got liquid DNA all up in this thing as well. Well, yes, before we actually get started with that, let's take a look at the recipes here real quick. I did already build them, of course, as you can see. And I did that because, well, these things are going to take a little time. So, first bit of the whole system is the gene pool, which is made by 4 tanks, a piece of glass, a genetic machine, redstone, and 2 gold. Now, the genetic machine is like the apiarist machine, is just completely useless on its own. It's used to build other machines, and in this case, it actually uses the apiarist machine, along with 6 iron, a basic circuit board, and some lapis lazuli. And that makes yourself a genetic machine, which you then pop into the gene pool with those tanks, which is, you know, it's just nice and simple, just some glass. And the glass, gold, and redstone, easy overall for a recipe, and you get a lovely little gene pool. Not a whole lot of steps, probably the toughest bit of the whole thing is the basic circuit board, but with our laser manufacturing facility downstairs, wasn't a problem. And then the next step in this whole system is the sequencer, which you use to actually gain a genetic template of bees for you then to sort of work with. And the sequencer is once again that genetics machine with a piece of redstone, 2 glass, and 3 glowstone blocks. Again, pretty simple. Probably the toughest part of this one will be the glowstone blocks, because that's just a lot of glowstone. It's not really difficult to obtain, though, but it might take you a little bit unless you've got a nice, safe area to gather glowstone from in the nether. I try to avoid the nether, though, but hey, you might like it there. And the last bit is the splicer, the most expensive of the machines overall, as it needs that genetics machine, 2 tanks, 2 glass, 1 redstone, and then 3 diamonds. Now, of course, this still isn't very bad for us because we have that diamond production system that we did long ago, so we have a never-ending supply of diamonds. That's not really an issue, but nonetheless, the diamonds makes this one the most expensive of the 3 machines, and they work in basic sequence. You use the gene pool to take drones. Oh, not enough room for liquid DNA, so let's just turn that off. We don't need that producing at the moment, though we're gonna need it back on again in a second. So actually, never mind. I don't care if I waste a little bit of power. I've got more than enough to go around. But yes, you just take preferably drones. You really don't want to use princesses in here. They will produce more liquid DNA, but yeah, princesses are far more precious than drones are. You can just produce hundreds upon hundreds of drones pretty easily with an automated system like what we set up the other day. Or, not the other day, but like 2 episodes ago. And these can feed into the gene pool, and you'll get this wonderful liquid DNA. And besides the princesses producing more liquid DNA, I'm also pretty sure that bees that have been analyzed with, say, the Beealyzer also produce more liquid DNA. I'll be honest, I'm not 100% certain on that, but I believe that is the case. These are, of course, all unknown, though, because I've got stacks of these guys. And so it's nice and cheap to just fill up the liquid DNA pretty quickly with them, and of course, uses power. Now, the next step in this whole system is the sequencer, and what you do with this is you take bees, such as, say, these tropical drones, and you use them with a template, which are, well, actually, let's go over here and show the recipe. Very easy to make, just a honeydew and 4 panes of glass, and that will give you a blank template. Pretty quick and easy to make. And you just pop these into the sequencer, and it will use power and also use up these bees, say like these tropical drones that I have here, and it will build up a genetic sequence of your bees that you're using. And this is the interesting part, and another section that is good to use drones with, because this, of course, as we'll see in a second, will destroy this bee, there we go, and then load the next one up from the stack, and it will just build up a genetic sequence of these bees, bit by bit by bit, until you have a template of the genetic sequence made from those bees. And it's, again, good to use drones with this one because, well, like with the gene pool, princesses are far more precious to you. They're more important than drones. Drones are easy to get. So it will go quicker with a princess. It'll use, I can't remember exactly how many, but one princess is basically worth several drones for the sequencer. And it will go a lot quicker, but nonetheless, it's just cheaper to use the drones because, well, you end up with a lot of them in bee processing. So we'll just let this go for a little while. I'm probably going to do a little jump cut here once it is finished because, well, it's got a little ways to go. Basically, it's going to destroy probably all, if not most, of these bees to make this blank template into a template for tropical bees. And yeah, we can then use that in the splicer, which, I'm worried about that part. This was the part that when I did try this whole thing a while ago, this is where it all went wrong for me. I don't know, I don't remember exactly why it was so difficult for me back then, but it was a while ago. But yeah, we will do a little cut here once this has finished creating the template, so I will see you guys in a second. Wow, that that took a while. As you can see outside, it is the dead of night now. So, And even though that is very time-consuming, I actually kind of like that. I am a scientist by day, and, well, I don't know of a single bit of scientific equipment on the face of the Earth that doesn't take a freaking long time to work. Now, I'm sure some do exist. NASA probably has some really cool stuff. But for the most part, science takes a long time. And so, yeah, the sequencer took 10 of those tropical drones. I grabbed out these last 6 so it wouldn't start a whole new template. And yeah, after 10 tropical drones, we have a average quality tropical template, which is awesome. This is wonderful. Now what we can do with this template is turn other bees into a tropical bee, which is a useful thing to have. As right now, I actually don't have a whole lot of tropical bees. I've found a good few drones, but I don't have many princesses. And I do, on the other hand, have a crap load of rocky princesses. So, I can take this rocky princess here and turn it in to a tropical one by using the Splicer. Oh, God, Rain, really? Really? You had to come by? I'll have to turn the sound levels down for that. But yes, so the last bit of the puzzle here, we take this wonderful template, and then this rocky princess, and let it go to town on making this. Now, oh, God, I hope this works. Like I said, I've had troubles with this in the past. But I think we should be good. We've got a nice average quality tropical template. We've got plenty of liquid DNA. We've got, well, it's draining power quicker than it's replenishing it with just 6 electrical engines. Yeah, because it does require 15 MJs per tick, and we're currently producing 12. Because I didn't put any upgrades in these. They're just pumping out the standard 2 MJs per tick. Alright, this one almost is finished. Now, it won't always work. It does have a chance of failing to actually make a new bee. So let's see here. What's gonna happen? It didn't work. So it's gonna try again. And it won't consume the bee if it doesn't work, which is a good thing. So you can just put your princesses in in the boxes here, so that once this one's finished up, it can start producing another. And this whole process is quite useful, because like I said, I don't have a whole lot of princesses for tropical bees, but I've got a lot of rocky ones. And so I can use the tropical drones to produce the template that I need to then make tropical princesses using rocky bees. Rocky princess bees. Let's see if it'll work this time around. And this, of course, is extraordinarily useful, because if you do have bees that you need, or that you need more of a certain kind of bee, you can produce it using these templates, which is always a good thing. You know, if you never know exactly what you're gonna get, and once you really start getting into the breeding, sometimes it may take you a while to get to a certain kind of bee, but using these templates, you can then ensure that you can continue to produce that kind of bee over and over again just by using the Splicer. It's a very handy thing, even if it doesn't always work. This is 3rd time now running it through, so hopefully 3rd time's a charm. But you never know. It is science after all, and science doesn't always go the way you expect. I know that for a fact. Oh, I thought it was hung up there, but no, it's just because it's getting a very little power now. It needs 15, it's only getting 12, so it's drastically slowed down. If it doesn't get it on this go, I may jump cut again to once it's finished, because it may take a few more tries. Hopefully. Come on. Come on. Almost. Produce, darn you. Produce. Yes, there we go. We just turned a rocky princess into a tropical princess using this average quality tropical template. So now we can just throw these guys together to make a tropical queen and keep on going. And I can then use this tropical template again to produce more princesses using undesirable princesses that I already have. And, well, using all of these, I've got plenty of these guys. Ooh, a lot of rocky combs on that one. Very nice. Yeah, it's a great tool. It really allows you to just keep producing the bees you want. Because, like, my automated bee systems that I have at the moment, they are designed for mass production of raw materials, basically for this process. I've got tons of rocky drones to get as much liquid DNA as I need, and I can get rocky princesses to then turn into other bees using the splicer. That was basically my goal, plus get some rocky combs along the way to get a few, honey drops here and there. But yes, that is gonna be this episode. It worked, so I'm extraordinarily happy. To reiterate, we made a rocky princess into a tropical princess using a whole load of rocky drones for raw materials, a selection of tropical drones for the genetic template, and then combine the two and some power to make ourselves a wonderful tropical princess. Ooh, do I actually have some honey on me? I would like to see... Oh, I do not have any honey. I was about to say we should analyze this thing real quick and see what its stats are. But, oh well, I'll have to find that out later on. But yes, I hope you have enjoyed this episode and potentially learned something, and that you come back for the next, where we'll be doing our last bee episode, don't worry. We'll be moving on from there to other things. And I don't know what those things will be yet. I still haven't found a use for that other research section over here. I've been working on that research section and that research section. So, you know, I need something for there. This is bees. That's all my magic stuff. That's portal research. What to use over here? I don't know. I could use some hints, or not hints, but some suggestions for that. I would love to hear them from you guys. But yeah, until the next episode, I hope all of you are well, and of course, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.